The MMA India Show.
Next up, we have UFC middleweight Marvin Vettori. Marvin, thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you, guys.
And the first question will come from James Lynch from The Score. James, please go ahead.
Hey, Marvin, how's it going? I saw you were training with Gilberto Ramirez, the boxing champion. How was that for this camp?
Hi, James. It was great, man. Such a great experience. Actually, his coach, Julian Chua, will be on my corner, and I trained with him for almost all this camp. And man, it's just a great experience. Like you have to pick from boxing and put it into MMA and not getting too much boxing, but they go so they're so strategic. There's a whole new level of strategic fighting into boxing. It's been here for so long, and I learn a lot. It's been such a great experience, and I had the opportunity to go many rounds with Gilberto, and learn a lot. It was a great experience for sure.
How did that initially get set up with you training with him?
Well, I started to go and sometimes spar here and there with a wild card, and never sparred with Gilberto before, but I was sparring with some other guys that would be coached by Julian, and then we remain in contact, and then I started like training here and there with Julian, and then it actually became like a weekly appointment, and then from there it just happened.
Is it possible we could see your first knockout victory in the octagon on Saturday, or on Wednesday, I should say?
I'm really looking forward for it, and that could definitely be the case. Yes.
And last one for me, would you ever consider going and doing any boxing matches after getting to train with a guy like this and feeling pretty confident?
That's a dream of mine, to become UFC world champion and a day boxing world champion also. So that's you got to dream big, and that's definitely a dream of mine.
Thanks again for the time, Marvin.
Thank you, James.
And next up, we'll take questions from Carlos Contreras. Carlos, please go ahead.
Hi, Marvin. Can you hear me there?
Yeah.
Now you're speaking about Zurdo Ramirez, about Gilberto. You used to train also with another Mexican lefty, Kelvin Gastelum. What do you say about how you compare this sparring with these two Mexican different?
Well, Kelvin is different. Kelvin, it's one of my teammates. I've been training with him a lot. Like not as much. Like we're just training twice. With Kelvin it's one of my teammates. He's been a teammate for me for the last 4 years, 3-4 years. So, but they both definitely punch super hard. That definitely I can say. But they have very different styles. Gilberto is taller, and he's a little more methodic with his way of approaching boxing and fighting. And obviously, also with Kelvin, we mostly go MMA, which is also different. But man, they're both great fighters. Like they're both awesome fighters. And if I can say a correlation between the two, is definitely they both punch hard.
We all got excited watching this clip of Mike Tyson training with Master Cordero. What do you think of that? I mean, like having the chance to be close to someone like Tyson.
I mean, you should ask Rafael that, but I think it's great for all for us as Kings MMA students and teammates to have such a coach and with such a knowledge to share with us. It's definitely inspirational to see our coach also coaches one of the best to ever do it, if not the best to ever do it. So definitely great.
Thank you, Marvin.
And next up, we'll take questions from Damon Martin from MMA Fighting. Damon, please go ahead.
Hey, Marvin. The time we talked a few weeks ago when the UFC London thing was going on, and you just wanted to fight. You were just itching to fight. Obviously, these are the first 3 cards they're putting back. I mean, how happy were you just to get this fight? I assume it really didn't matter the opponent or anything at that point.
No, yeah, exactly. I didn't really care about the opponent that much. I just wanted to fight. I've been trying to catch a fight for 5 months now, and crazy, man. This middleweight division, especially every middleweight with a number next to their name, are pretty. I don't know the right word. They're pretty picky. I don't know. They're not as much wild like I am. So, um, but I mean, yeah, it is what it is. It's not. It hasn't been easy, man. It hasn't been easy because I don't think there's been anybody that was that like from the London card. There's a lot of people that have been rescheduled from the April cards, but not from the March cards. Most of the people from the March cards kind of gave out. It's like, all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna fight another time. But there's not many people from the March card still eager to fight all the way to May. But I'm happy. I got the opportunity, and yeah, man, I was on Ali's ass the whole time. I was like, man, you gotta give me a fight. You gotta give me a fight. I was almost bothering him every day, and thank him and thank the UFC. They gave me an opportunity, and yeah, man, a lot of things happens in this camp. A lot of things. But fighters is not just in the cage. Fighters is in life, and it's fighting through adversities, like overcome challenges, and fighters is it's in life before than in the cage. So it's just we keep growing. This challenges, they're hard, and to say I'm thankful for the challenges, it's not like it's easy after, but when you're there facing them, it's not easy, and we all know that. It's kind of cliche to say, oh yeah, well, welcome the challenges, hell yeah, but then when you have to face them, it's not easy because they come in very different forms and sneaky forms most of the time. So, but I'm happy I overcome all of them, and I'm here more ready than ever, and I'm really motivated for this fight. When they lock the cage up, man, that there will be nothing that could help my opponent. Nothing at all.
I've heard some fighters who ended up taking kind of shorter notice, say about training because, again, gyms are closed, only certain training partners you can work with, all those kind of things. Now you're in a different situation because you basically went through an entire training camp and then had your fight canceled. And now here we are basically 2 months later. Like, was there any concern with you overtraining? Did you have to dial it back at all? Because at this point, I imagine, what are you going into about like a 4 or 5 month camp at this point?
Yeah, well, I mean, you as professionals, and I've been in this game for a little bit too. We have to you have to feel your body and take the right approach to trainings, and know that if you stay on the whole time, you're gonna burn out. That's a fact, and you can't get off the hook also too much, because if you get off the hook, you almost throw away all the preparation. So yeah, we had to manage that, and made adjustments throughout, like take the off time that we needed to, and made sure we peaked right for tomorrow. So not for the day after tomorrow. So I think we did a good job with that, and with my conditioning coach, and with my nutritionist, my Chase Chicos, my strength and conditioning coach, and Mateo Capodaglia, my nutritionist coach, and together with all my coaches, we did a good job with that. I also made a good job of feeling my body and making sure I wasn't overtraining. But this happened to me last time too. This happened to me with the Canada card, with my guy pulling out 3 days before my fight and had it to reschedule a month after. So we all know that, for others, like people looking out from other sports, they might say, "Oh yeah, he's just gonna fight a month after." Oh yeah, he's just gonna fight a month and a half after, or 15 days after. But who's in the sport in MMA knows exactly that you're ready for that day. You're ready for that moment. You're not ready for tomorrow. You're not ready for yesterday. You're ready for that moment. So you have to make big adjustments, but these things happens in this sport, and you have to be ready for it too. So yeah, here I am, but I'm ready. I'm ready to go, man. I'm super fucking ready.
And last question, Marvin. I know we've talked numerous times about the idea of eventually revisiting the Israel Adesanya fight. I know that one means a lot to you. Get the first one went. Carl Roberson, tremendous opponent, great background and glory, but name-wise, ranking-wise, he doesn't have that next to him. Is there any frustration in terms of not necessarily this fight, but going forward of getting those ranked opponents? Because the only way you get back to Adesanya and get to the title fight, we would imagine, are to get those ranked guys, the Whitakers, the Tills, the Gaslams, those kind of guys.
And that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to let myself off the hook, because I'm in a mission, like I don't take this like slightly. Oh yeah, I'm gonna fight. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make some money here. I'm gonna take my time off here. I'm gonna do some other stuff in between. No, this is all I do. This is all I do, and that's why I'm like, man, if I get off and they're gonna reschedule me maybe June, July, I'm throwing away half the year, and I'm just losing time. And I'm trying to catch those top guys and the belt. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I never gave out on try to catch a fight. So, but yeah, it could be frustrating, but at the same time, we have to, like we have to deal with what we can control. And I know that after this fight, they will give me I'm confident they will give me a ranked opponent. I know they tried to schedule me with some ranked opponent before, but they all didn't accept. And I don't want to make names now because like I didn't do it before. No, I don't think it's right to do it. But like also because they blame it in the situation that they were in, so it's kind of like you can't really talk too much shit about it because they kind of have a point. But I think everybody could have prepared if they wanted to go the extra mile. You just have to go the extra mile. You just have to like find other ways to train and like be after people and set up trainings in different ways. But you could get ready. If you really want to get ready, you can. Um, so it is what it is. But they did try to schedule me with some top 15 guy, but they were like, oh no, I need a full camp to fight Marvin, this and that. Oh, I can't train with this and that. Oh no, he's not even top 15. I don't want to fight him right now. Bunch of excuses. That's why before I said top 15, like all these middleweights with a number next to their name, they're kind of like I didn't want to be rude, but here I say they're kind of pussies, like a lot of them are. They're playing games. But after this, I don't think that they'll be able to hide anymore, and I will get my chance. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you for the time, Marvin. That is all we have for you today.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
And after this, we have the last athlete for the day, UFC light heavyweight Anthony Smith. Please stay tuned.